Hey guys, Jet Saturn 7 here, and yeah, another name change. So, um, before I get into what the video is, just want to say yes, I changed my name on YouTube again, from TJ24 to the now Jet Saturn 7. Just some words that I thought sounded cool together. There was already a TJ24 on YouTube, so I was like, well, I should probably change my name, to avoid any confusion and anything like that. So now that that's out of the way, got a new video that I'm finally was able to put together. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of West Virginia's NASCAR drivers, more predominant NASCAR drivers, from like the early 50s and going to drive from the 80s, and then some of the more recent NASCAR drivers. So I hope you guys enjoy. It was fun for me to research this, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Being from West Virginia and a big NASCAR fan, it got me thinking one day about who are the NASCAR drivers that are from West Virginia. As I mentioned in the introduction, we're going to take a look at some of those. Obviously not all of them, but we're going to take a look at some of the more predominant ones. And if there's anyone that I'm missing from this list, please remember to leave a comment down in the comment section. So going over to racingreference.info produces a total of 52 drivers from West Virginia. Large majority of these names don't really stick out a whole lot, but digging a little bit deeper, you truly find some drivers who produced some pretty good statistics overall. First up on this list, we have Glenn McGinnis, better known by his nickname of Pop. McGinnis was from Huntington, West Virginia. He had 22 starts in NASCAR's top division, garnering 2 top 5s and 8 top 10s from 1952 to 1955. He also had some starts in 1964 and in 1970. In 1953, McGinnis would make 13 starts driving car number 13, and he would lead 13 laps for the season in one of the more quirky statistics for the number 13 car. McGinnis would make his final NASCAR start in 1970 at West Virginia's Ona Speedway. McGinnis would almost not start this race due to not having an approved fire suit. McGinnis would borrow one from eventual race winner Richard Petty. McGinnis would finish 9th in his final NASCAR start. Pop would be posthumously honored at Ona Speedway for his contribution to the racing history at the track. A sign was placed at the property at the road leading to the grandstand honoring McGinnis and the engine builders who provided engines to McGinnis, that team being the Wood Brothers, who are obviously still in production today as a race team. Another driver from the beginning of NASCAR history is Johnny Patterson, who is also from Huntington. Johnny made 25 starts with 4 top 5s and 6 top 10s between the years of 1952 and 1959. His most impressive top 5 would be at the 3rd Southern 500 at Darlington in 1952, where he finished second to race winner Fonty Flock. He would have top 5s at Martinsville, finishing 5th in 1952, Piedmont State Fairgrounds, finishing 5th in 1953, and would see his last top 5 at Darlington, finishing 4th in the 1954 Southern 500. Next up, another driver trying to make a name for himself from West Virginia was Mike Porter. Mike Porter raced in what was then called the NASCAR Budweiser Late Model Sportsman Series, later called the Busch Series and now the Xfinity Series. Mike Porter would qualify on the pole for the very first NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Daytona, and he would finish 7th. He competed against drivers such as Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Bodine, Harry Gant, Sam Ard, and Dale Jarrett. Mike would get another pole coming in 1985 at the Langley Field Speedway. Mike's final season would be in 1992, and ironically he would miss the opening race at Daytona due to failing to qualify. Mike Porter hails from Princeton, West Virginia. Mike would also run 6 races in 1992 with the best finish of 12th at New River Valley Speedway in Dublin, Virginia. Mike would have a best finish of 13th in the final point standings in 1982, racing 13 of the season's 29 events. In total, Mike drove in 88 Xfinity Series races, posting 5 top 5 finishes and 20 top 10 finishes. Mike would try to make his Cup debut in the 1988 Daytona 500, driving for James Hilton. However, he would fail to qualify due to an engine failure in the Twin 125 qualifying race. Throughout his career, Mike Porter would carry multiple sponsors, but more notably he would carry sponsorship from Wendy's and West Virginia Tourism. It's also noted that Mike has one ARCA win at the Lonesome Pine Speedway in Coburn, Virginia. Moving into some of the more recent drivers on this list, some of you may remember a driver from the early 2010s by the name of Cale Conley. Cale is from Vienna, West Virginia, and drove part-time in 2014 for Richard Childress Racing, making his debut at Bristol and having a strong run, coming home in 11th. He would have another strong run coming at Richmond, finishing 15th. Then he would finish 12th at Chicagoland. On the return trip to Bristol, he would finish 15th. He finished 6th at Kentucky, and he finished 11th at Dover. Conley, however, would not sign on Richard Childress Racing in 2015 and signed with TriStar Motorsports to compete for Rookie of the Year. However, Conley would only run 30 of the season's 33 races due to lack of funding. Cale would not race in 2016 and signed on with JGL Racing in 2017 to a part-time deal driving the 24 car. However, he only ran once at Charlotte and has not raced in NASCAR since then. Cale would find victory lane in NASCAR, however. He won a K&N Pro Series East race in Columbus, Ohio. It's also worth noting that Cale Conley is married to Ryan Blaney's sister, Emma Blaney. Moving on to more active drivers, we have Cody Rubaugh from Petersburg, who drives in the Truck Series for his family team, CR7 Motorsports. He has had some success with a third-place run in a season opening race at Daytona. Cody Rubaugh drives in number 9 Grant County Mulch Chevrolet Silverado in the Truck Series, and he has lately been running Prayers for Joshua Chevrolet in the Truck Series as well. And finally, perhaps one of the most recognizable current West Virginia drivers is Travis Braden. Travis is from Wheeling, West Virginia. Travis is a 2011 NASCAR Wheeling All-American Series late model champion at the now closed Columbus Motor Speedway, and is also a two-time CRA Super Series champion in 2013 and 2014. Perhaps most impressively, Travis would win in ARCA in his very first start in 2015 at the Indianapolis Raceway Park. He would beat some of the current NASCAR drivers today, which include William Byron, Brandon Jones, Chase Briscoe, and Grant Enfinger. Travis would get a second-place finish in his next ARCA start at Kentucky that same year, and he would follow up with a sixth-place finish at Kansas. Travis was signed on to ARCA full-time in 2018 and 2019, driving for RFMS Racing in their number 27 car. Travis ran up front, but was unable to reach victory lane again, but would finish 5th and 4th in the final point standings for 2018 and 2019. As far as ARCA stats go, Travis has 50 starts with 1 win, 11 top 5s, and 34 top 10s. Travis is also a winner of the 2016 Winchester 400 late model race. And Travis is also the defending Snowball Derby winner. Travis won this race after driver Stephen Nass was disqualified following post-race technical inspection. Braden in 2019 was making his Snowball Derby debut. And so there you have it, guys. That is NASCAR's West Virginia NASCAR drivers. Some of the more predominant names in NASCAR from West Virginia that I could find. If there is a driver that I might have missed, or a driver you would like me to go into more detail about, I can do that. Just please remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe. If you like more content like this, please let me know. And again, if there's any I can go more in depth too, in more detail too, just please leave a comment down below, and thank you guys for watching.